Hello, everyone. Give a nice wave, give a thumbs up. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Boyd. Boyd is our master of ceremonies behind the scenes, weaving the magic of slides and videos and live presentations. We're juggling a lot here at the Mona Foundation. We've never done anything like this before. So bear with us as we move through this really incredible program. I'm showing at least 250 people online here. I think there's more joining every second. Very excited to see you all. We have an incredible program. Folks, just so you know, part of today's festivities, part of our journey today is a fundraising endeavor for Mona Foundation. All of our programs have been terribly impacted by COVID, and we will be having an online auction. So let's start our program right now. We're going to start with a video to lead us into the mood and get things going, and I'll be right back with you in just a few minutes. Thanks so much.
Mona was a vivacious, idealistic high schooler, 16 years old when she was arrested and later executed in 1983 in Iran because she was a Baha'i and because she was teaching children classes. She had written this essay on freedom. And so when the Revolutionary Guards rushed the house and searched it and found this essay on freedom, they considered her to be the enemy of the state. Malala lived and is now a very powerful voice advocating for education of women. Well, Mona did not, and I felt that we now could be her voice and do our work on her behalf. Mona Foundation supports grassroots initiatives that provide education to all children, increase opportunities for women and girls, and emphasize character education and service to the community.
No matter what it is that you want to combat, racism, the environment, economics, healthcare, education is usually at the root of that. So Mona Foundation supports education all around the world.
I think what sets Mona apart is that it recognizes that the results come from the leadership, the knowledge, the understanding, the connection, the relationships that already exist in the territories that we serve.
Our job at Mona Foundation is to stay really humble and really try and learn from the institutions that we're working with.
behalf of the Board of Directors and all of us here at Mona Foundation, we want to welcome you to the Mona 2020 Virtual Gala.
COVID-19 has challenged every aspect of our lives everywhere. Loss of lives and livelihood, disruption to our children's schooling, uncertainty about the future.
But it has also provided us with the opportunity to break through these barriers that have been separating us, like enabling us now to come together from all over the world to share meaningful moments.
You may not be able to travel to India or Haiti or Gambia, but today you will get to see representatives from Mona's partner organizations from 12 countries on this call.
You get to see them and then watch and hear their stories of heroism as they have responded to this unprecedented crisis.
They have mobilized to keep safe, feed when needed, and enable the continuing education of thousands of their students under very difficult circumstances. I'd like to thank everyone at Mona for another year of their tireless efforts.
And thank you for being our guest today. We're glad you're joining us.
Beautiful video. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We're approaching 400 people on this virtual fundraiser, people from all over the world. Like Mike and Debbie Anderson said, we're going to be hearing from the schools. This is one of the benefits of not having a fundraiser in Bellevue, Washington, and having one that the whole world can attend, because we're going to have people from our schools all over the world tuning in, attending, speaking. And after the ceremony today, after the event today, they'll be available to chat with you for 30 minutes. So if you have questions about them, about their programs, about their schools, they'll be available for your questions after the ceremony. The first thing we want to do, folks, before we get started, again, great program coming up. And again, also bear with us. This is the first time we've done anything like this, so we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants, so to speak. But I want to acknowledge our sponsors. This event wouldn't be able to happen. 2020, frankly, for the Mona Foundation would not be on the books if it weren't for these incredibly generous sponsors. So the Zinpro Corporation started 45 years ago in the research and development of adding organic trace materials to improve animal wellness and performance. It's a private owned company, and Zinpro has regional sales offices in 11 countries, and they've been an incredibly generous Mona Foundation supporter for at least 7 or 8 years and counting. And we would not be able to give to our programs without the help of Zinpro. We have other incredible loyal sponsors to add here: softcomputer.com, goldline.com, Trilogy International Partners, and the Horowitzes. We'll be hearing from them a little bit later. We have another slide here. Very good. Alaska Airlines. They've been very generous over the years and helping us out. And the Holistic Health Institute. Thank you so much. Probity Insurance, Greenberg Trarig, and Human Touch. Thank you so much to these hosts. Can everyone virtually give it up for these generous sponsors? And we also, as part of this fundraiser, need to recognize the Together Table hosts. So these are people that have purchased online virtual tables, gathered with their online virtual friends as part of this festivity, as part of our fundraiser today. The table hosts: Chloe Rastegar, Ghazal Egar Rastegar, Diane Samandi, Donna Hosseini, Elham Rohani, Keith Gehrig, Kim and Ben Clark, Lila Chetayat, Mona of Canada. We have a lot of chapters that are have together tables today. Mona Canada, the LA chapter, the San Diego chapter, the Portland chapter, Peter Newman. Hello. Peter Newman, Shiva Riddell, Seema Mobini, Ziba Sanai, Manaz Javid, and Zelon Lay, and Marnie Jones. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's give it up for the people that bought our virtual online tables, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. It sounds good. Folks, we want to get into the partner organizations that are attending. So let's go to that slide. And again, they're going to stay after for an extra 30 minutes, and we'll be able to meet them. But if you guys could, and Boyd, maybe you can help me with this. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but if you could, if you are a partner organization, unmute yourself right now. Shout out when you hear your name. Okay, so do we have the Badi School from Panama? I know they're there somewhere.
They're here.
Did it work? Did our experiment work?
I think so. I think we got it.
Yes, we can see them now.
Bakery.
Thank you. The Study Hall Educational Foundation, or Chef from India, and Urvashi, Dr. Sani, and Anand Chitravashani. Are you there?
Hey, Rain. Thank you so much. Hello from India, from the other side of the world. Thank you for having us here.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying late. The Barley Institute of India, Tahera Jadav, Executive Director.
Hello, we are here. Happy to be with you all.
Okay, we've got the Program for Children in Sierra Leone, the Honorable Joseph Lamine, Cindy Nofziger. Shout and wave and say hi. Well, let's try the great Michael O'Neill from Parent University. Wave and say hi and shout out.
Hey, everyone. Hello. I hope you can hear me.
Hello.
And what about Fundaek in Colombia, Mr. Roberto Nahuel?
Buenas tardes, queridos amigos. Les saludo desde Colombia.
Salud.
Un abrazo fuerte para todos. Es un honor estar acompañándoles esta tarde.
Saludos. Saludos.
Thank you. Bienvenido. His Spanish is excellent, by the way.
Thank you.
People were wondering.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Ruhi Arbab Baha'i School of Colombia, Mrs. Jaya Bookwalter.
Hola amigos, mi nombre es Roxana y allá no pudo estar. Gracias por la invitación. Thank you. My name is Roxana. I'm very happy to participate in this reunion. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Her Spanish wasn't quite as good as the other guys, but
thank you.
She's getting there. She's getting there. Keep working at it. Starfish International from the Gambia. My dear friends David and Mom Yassine. Are you there?
Yes, we are. Hello. The team
Wonderful.
is behind me. Can you see them?
Hi.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello.
Wonderful. Mongolia Development Center of Mongolia. Are you there, anyone?
Hello. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Can you say something in Mongolian? I want to check to see how your Mongolian is.
сайн байна уу? Сайн байцгаана уу? Та бүхэнтэй хамт байгаадаа маш их баяртай байна.
Not bad. Not bad. The Glory School of India, Dr. Dinesh Roshan. AdCam from Brazil. Are you there, AdCam?
Hi, boy.
Wonderful. Full Circle Learning in California, Teresa Langness. Can you shout out and wave and say hello if you're there? And Sunflower Mission Vietnam.
Hello. Glad to be here with everyone.
Wonderful. Wow, that's amazing. We have schools, look at this, from Africa, the Gambia, India, Colombia, South America, Vietnam, Brazil, everyone tuning in. This is truly a one room, one world schoolhouse we have here at Mona Foundation. So great to see your beautiful faces from all over the world. That's just so excellent. So what I'd like to do right now, and Boyd, can you set me up with this, is we are going to, I'm going to bring on one of our partner projects, Mr. Michael O'Neill from Parent University in Savannah, Georgia. All right, say hello to the folks, Michael. Let's spotlight Michael, please, and get me off the screen.
Hello, everybody. As Rain says, I'm Michael O'Neill from Savannah, Georgia, and I direct Parent University here.
Wonderful. Hey, Michael, tell us what Parent University is.
Well, Parent University is a learning space for parents to come and peruse any kind of knowledge that'll make learning better for them and their families. And, you know, we've been around for about 22 years now here in Savannah, helping particularly the families most underserved. And particularly in this time, it's become quite a venture.
What inspired you to found Parent University?
Well, Rain, a few years back, you know, I had several kids in the school system, and we were, the school system and the community, we were experiencing some problems with how families and schools were interacting. And as a result, and as you can imagine, there were elements of race involved and elements of disparity involved. And I happened to be one of several people who were working to try and fix that. You know, of course, we didn't realize we'd be around 22 years later, but we were trying to fix that. And as a result, we started talking to small groups of people, asking people what needed to happen to create change. And because I represented myself accurately as a parent myself, people shared with me honestly what they thought they needed. And our job became at that point to create what they said they needed. And we've been around 22 years later, we're still trying to serve their needs.
That's beautiful, Michael. Tell me, what Mona Foundation seeks to do is to find grassroots educational initiatives around the globe that are working, that are affecting change on the community level, at the grassroots level, and give them the financial support that they need to grow and blossom organically. Can you give us a story or an example from Parent University about how this community-based grassroots educational initiative has impacted both the greater city in general or individuals involved in the program?
Oh my, Rain, it would be hard to pick one, but I'll do my best. That I think, because of the environment we find ourselves in this pandemic environment, I think I will just say that because our service is centered around relationship building. You know, there's not a teachers and the unlearned in our. Everybody's a teacher, and everybody's a learner. And the strength of our organization is the relationships that are built. You know, when the pandemic hit, a lot of things had to fold. A lot of things had to close up, reorganize, repurpose. our organization has grown. Since March, we do more activities than we had scheduled. And we do it virtually, online, with a population that you would expect wouldn't be comfortable virtually. I think that that highlights that when you have relationships like we have, and when you have a sense of ownership in all the participants, that you're able to get people to do things because they trust you. And our organization, you know, it was easy to theorize that before the pandemic, but since the pandemic, it's manifested itself. We can get our people to come to class more often than we had planned. We can also get them to go out and do things like hand out masks during the pandemic because they want to serve the community, because they've been served as well.
Oh, that's beautiful, Michael. That's beautiful. Well, we have a big program to take us through this hour. I wish we could continue this discussion for another half an hour, but I'm going to thank you so much for jumping in and telling us more about Parent University, one of just the dozens of programs around the world that Mona supports. As you can see, grassroots, effective, community-based education is where it's at. That is what initiates real change in communities. Thank you so much, Michael. Folks, thank you. So moving on, Michael brought up COVID and its impact on Parent University and how it was able to adapt and change, how its students, its participants are community involved, giving back to what they have received through Parent University. But the reason we're here, folks, just real quick, the reason we're here is that the statistics are showing that since the beginning of COVID, an additional 37 million people around the globe fell below the $1.90 a day poverty level. And it's really the difference on whether they're able to put food on the table or not. So today we're looking at what the Mona's Sisters organizations have been able to do since the pandemic, the struggles that they've had, the adaptations that they've made. The focus of today's event is, if not us, who? If not now, when? And our gala theme is Together We Will. This is about resilience happening at the grassroots level all around the globe with Mona's Sisters organizations. And I tell you, in that first video, Dr. Irvashi Sana said, I've looked all over the world for another organization like Mona and I can't find one. And it's so true. Since I've been involved with Mona for about 12 years now, I've never seen another organization like it. It's heart-based, service-based, it's filled with love, and it's filled with the spirit of simply educating children in the best possible way. If you want to make an impact in the world, I really suggest that your donation dollars go to Mona Foundation, and it will actually impact students to learn and help change their communities in measurable ways with a great deal of heart, service, community, learning, and bringing us all together as one human family, because that's what Mona Foundation is really all about. So let's go to the next recorded segment and see how Mona's partners have managed through this process.
My name is Brad Horowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Trilogy International Partners. And my career has really been in building wireless networks, mostly in developing markets. And in all of the markets that we operate in, which can range from anywhere from 5 to 10 years, generally in duration, you know, we've got a corporate philosophy of always giving back to the communities that we serve. And our focus, particularly in developing markets, has always been on education. And it's always been on the youth, you know, with a firm belief that, you know, it's going to be the next generation ideally of educated kids today that will be the future leaders in their countries, going forward. We enter markets and we ultimately exit markets. And I think one of the things that's been particularly significant, with Mona is that it's a way to continue on, even though we may physically not be operating in those particular places. And so when I looked at Mona, it was almost like it was custom designed for what we were doing. So it resonated completely with my own personal objectives. And the fact that Mona, finds and works with existing organizations, in the countries, that exist, really makes a difference. There's no need to recreate the wheel in these markets and in these countries. And in terms of it being a very efficient use of funds, it's a very smart way to go about things. I think the other thing that I really like and that I think resonates well is the focus on girls. We have found through our initiatives, and endeavors, that the girls, as they grow and they become the nucleus of the family, they're much more entrepreneurial. They continue to invest in themselves and in their own entrepreneurial, pursuits. And that's got an incredibly positive impact, I think, on the communities and on overall economic development. I would strongly encourage folks, to dig deep, give what you can, give with your heart, and know that through an organization like Mona, your contributions are very well used. They're very efficiently used, and probably now is probably the most critical time to be generous and to be forthright in your giving.
Barley Development Institute for Rural Women has been working for women empowerment and environment sustainability since 1985, and we have trained more than 8,500 women from around 800 villages in India. In these areas, the parents feel that it's not necessary for a girl to get an education because her primary responsibility would be to rear children, to take care of the family after marriage. So these girls don't know even how to read and write, and at Barley, within 6 months, they learn this skill. They come for a 6-month training course in Barley, and they stay here and finish a curriculum on literacy. They also complete a course on cutting and tailoring. When they go back home, they can start their own stitching shops and become economically independent. Another curriculum is development of myself and my community, in which these trainees learn how to go back and to take their families and communities forward. In this curriculum, they learn the power of understanding the purpose of their lives, of understanding the importance of service, and how to involve others in development. Besides this, they learn organic farming and solar technology. We have a 6-acre campus in which 4 acres are used for growing vegetables, fruits, which are all used in-house. Also, all the power is generated on solar. We have a rainwater harvesting system in which we don't give a single drop of water to the municipal corporation in Indore. We have a sewage treatment plant, so all the water from the toilets is recycled here and is used in the organic fields. Seeing these women so deprived of education and not having a voice, it really touches my heart. And when I can do something, and after 3 months when I see they can read and write, and when I see that I'm really able to touch their lives, see that a girl is running a successful stitching shop, she's on her feet, she's supporting other children's education. When I see that the trainees from Barley go out confidently and are working as primary healthcare center workers, are changing the lives of so many people. It keeps you moving. It inspires me to keep on doing this.
I'm learning sewing to help myself to be a young entrepreneur and to help my family. I can hold a needle. I can do running stick, back stick, front stick, and snake running stick. And I sew and I do crochet too.
Hi, my name is Don Dow, and I'm a longtime supporter of Mona Foundation and currently serving on the board of advisors for Mona. Outside of Mona, I am a management consultant for the Boston Consulting Group. So as the child of two refugees coming to America, education has had a profound effect on my life. So both of my parents came to America seeking opportunity, seeking a better life, and were able to achieve that through the help of many people as well as their pursuit of education. And seeing what they've done with their education and how they've been able to give back to the community, both locally and abroad, has been a really eye-opening experience. Going on these trips to Haiti, to Vietnam, and seeing firsthand the experience that the students there have and how we're able to help them achieve their goals, really empower them to do better for themselves, to have the chance at an education and at a better life, and thus improve their entire communities, really has lasted with me. And every time I've gone on the trips, and I think I'm at 9 or 10 now, I've really continued to see that impact. And I bring that experience home each time I come home, and I bring that message to my friends, to my coworkers, and really try to explain the impact that Mona is having around the world. So my message to my friends, to my family, to my coworkers, to the community around me is to get involved. Look for ways to support. Look for ways you can help other people. Use your position of fortune, use your opportunities, your spirit, your money to help other people in any way you can. Learn more about organizations like Mona Foundation and how education can help women and children and help empower these communities that are historically troubled, and really give them the opportunity to succeed in a way that you would like to succeed.
Let's bring on Zelan. Zelan, are you there? Zelan Lay has been a board member of Mona Foundation for 20 years.
Hey, Rain, this is Elon. How are you, buddy?
Hi, Zelan. How are you?
Can you see me okay?
I can see you okay. I see you. And is that you? Is that a picture of you over your right shoulder?
Oh, shoot. I didn't. Yes, it is.
I'm just teasing. I tease Zelan. We've worked together for over 10 years with Mona Foundation. Zelan, I want you to just real quick, before we get into Fund a Need and before we get into this auction, why are you involved in Mona? Number one. And number two, your son, Don, spoke, and you have inspired your children to be so philanthropic. What do you think that connection is between what you've learned about philanthropy and generosity and imparting that to our children?
So to answer your first question, I've been with Mona Foundation Board since the beginning, right? So it's all 21 plus years or 21 years. And I support Mona Foundation because I draw from my own experience. I came to America as a refugee, 12-year-old little kid, without education, without the generosity of the people we call Americans, without the opportunities of this land I love with every fiber of my body, I would not be where I am today. So it's only fair that I do what I can to give back to others who don't have the same opportunity. So it's nothing more than playing fair in life. And as far as your second question is concerned, I can do all I want. I can contribute to society all I want. But the true legacy to perpetuate that contribution must be through our children. And that's the way you can have a profoundly long impacting society even after you are gone. The generosity that you can instill in your children also create better human beings, better friend, better worker, better husband, better father, better grandfather or daughter or granddaughter or grandma, right? So that's the reason why it's so important to do all we can to impart, to instill, to inspire our children to get engaged with philanthropy.
Thank you so much, Zelan. And so let's move right on to the Fund a Need. And will you help us, help people explain what we're going to be looking at? Boyd, can we go to the Fund a Need slides? Folks, if you want to donate to the Fund a Need, you can go to monafoundation.org/donate. And I'm going to chat it again. This is what we would love to have you donate toward. Can you tell us, we've got to move it along, we're a little bit behind, but just in super simple terms, this build a classroom for $10,000. Tell us about that.
So this is, I guess, a picture from Vietnam, our part of Sunflower Mission. If you can contribute $10,000, we can build a classroom in Vietnam that can last for 20 years and educate 40 kids every day for the next 20 years. Most of the classroom that Sunflower Mission built in Vietnam is in very, very remote areas where education facility is severely lacking.
Great. And just read us through these other items on this page, would you?
All right, Ray, you're testing my age here, so I have to put on glasses here. I'm getting up there with you as well. Build a water well, $5. Educate, empower girls, $3,500, right? With $3,500, you can send 10 village girls there. Build one-room school in India would cost I guess I cannot see it on my screen here.
It's $3,000. It's $3,000. And let me just tell you about that. This was in the featured video. This is incredible, folks. $3,000 tax deductible donation. You will, for this Build a Need, you will build a classroom in Lucknow, a literal like corrugated tin classroom that can host a whole class of kids and support the operation in the urban slums of Lucknow. $3,000. It's an incredible gift to the world. Think about those 20, 30, 40 kids, mostly girls, learning in this environment. Otherwise, they would not have an education. And everyone, Manaz just tweeted or just texted, one $5,000 donation came in for a water well from the San Diego chapter. Thank you very much. John Neal has written he's going to sell his artwork, paintings, and calligraphy of Baha'i writings, and all the money will go to Mona Foundation. And you can check out his Facebook page, John Neal Artist. But $3,000, folks, you can fund a classroom and a teacher and a bunch of kids in India. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Hey, Ray, one thing I want to add to your comment is it's not just about education, right? You build a classroom, you send kids to school, but you're also giving them more than just an education. You are teaching them that there are generous people all over the world that truly care about them. You are sending a message of humanity, and that is really important in raising a kid.
Thank you. That's very, very true. $2,000 provides COVID-19 masks. In Haiti, $1,000 scholarships. These are COVID special scholarships, considering how difficult things are right now with COVID all over the world. We hear a lot about what's happening in the United States and in Spain and in Sweden. We don't hear a lot about the developing world and how it's impacted people, how many jobs have been lost, how many people are sliding below the poverty line. Is there another Fund a Need slide? I think that's it. No, here's a thank you very much, Boyd.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boyd. So if you don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars to give, here's some very simple ways to give. By the way, we accept monthly donations. It's a great way to give to Mona Foundation. Just set it up $10, $20, $100 a month. Goes a long, long way. So COVID needs, $56 is a cell phone with the internet in the Gambia, $84 scholarship in India, a cell phone and internet that I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere where they're wearing very colorful outfits, and a college scholarship in India, $450, just $450. You have a college scholarship. Do we have another Fund a Need slide, or should we move on to the auction, folks? Can we refresh that thermometer? Okay, great. This is fabulous. We've gone up to $229,000 of our $400,000 goal. And of course, you can always give after today's events. Just go to monafoundation.org/donate. You can also give on PayPal. So I hope everyone will consider giving a $3,000 for a one-room school. And let's go to the, Boyd, please take us to the wilds of the internet and look at some of these auction items with me and Zillan just for another minute.
So while Boyd is doing that, so Ray, are you ready to have a chat with our people who will win the auction with you?
Yeah, so folks, one of the auction items, thank you for bringing that up, Zillan, for $4,000 starting auction. You and as many friends and family members you want to invite will have a virtual dinner with me, Rainn Wilson, host of the Mona Foundation Gala, and a couple of TV shows. I'm going to bring some office castmates on the Zoom. We'll all eat together. We'll laugh. We'll cry. We'll share our most personal, intimate secrets with one another. And you can bring your friends, all questions. If they're Office fans, anything about The Office, I will answer. I will tell you all about Steve Carell's dirty secrets, about the horrible, horrible things Steve Carell has done, the bodies in the basement, so to speak, literally and figuratively. If you start at $4,000, think of it. You can bring 20, 30, 40 of your friends and family to dinner with me, Rainn Wilson, literally, and pick my brain. I'll bring some office folk along. We'll schedule at a mutually beneficial time. That's on this auction page. Manaz, can you please chat everyone the link to the auction again? So many great things. Zillan, can you see? Are your eyes good enough to see any of these things?
All right. I put on my glasses again. I've seen through all of them, right?
I think your glasses are fantastic. So.
Thank you. It covers an array of things. You know, if you want to learn how to cook, how to paint, private lessons virtually, you can do that. If you want to get away, you know, whether it's Hawaii or the Rocky Mountain or San Francisco.
Let's go to those
LA.
and slow down. Let's go to those trips here. Lake Tahoe, Nashville, Wyoming cowboy getaway. We've got Ritz-Carlton in Florida,
Midtown,
Disney.
New York.
Lots of amazing trips. And Alaska Airlines has always been so generous in donating some tickets for us, tickets to anywhere. Looks like someone bid a dinner for a dinner with me. Oh, that's great. It's sold.
Oh, is that
Good.
right?
If it hadn't sold, I would have felt like just a big fat old loser, which is how I feel most of the time anyway. But that's...
Wait. Ray, did somebody really auction on your dinner already?
Yes.
All right.
Zillan, you can have a virtual dinner with me anytime because you're one of the most wonderful human beings on the planet, and I love you so much. Okay, great. So let's move on, folks. This was great. Check out those auction pages. There's jewelry, furnishings, one-of-a-kind experiences, personal care, beauty stuff, sports memorabilia, all kinds of... Yes, thank you, Boyd. Boyd, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you, Boyd. Hey, Ray, don't forget, there's also paintings, there's also art, there's also music that people can get to if they want to. And I'm telling you, Ray, while we spend the money to do these things that we enjoy ourselves, and if we at the same time can make an impact, that is a win-win strategy, right?
Right. So Manaz is reminding us the auction closes 15 minutes after the program. And can we also, and Libby Miller has a question. Manaz, can you look at Libby Miller's question there? I'm not gonna be able to answer it, but the great Libby Miller is here. Thank you, Libby, for all your support over the years. You're fantastic, you and your family.
So
yes.
Oh, full price, $6,000 is the full price for the dinner. Is that what you say, Manaz? Yeah, I think so.
We've got art lessons with Portland's distinguished artist Hangame Azadi under original artwork and some of the artwork as well. So, well, let's move away from this. Boyd, I'd like to thank you, Zillan, for coming on with me. I'm going to move things along. We're going to hear from Mr. Andy Grammer, the award-winning top 10 Dancing with the Stars star. Andy Grammer is going to speak about Mona Foundation and treat us to a song.
What's up? My name is Andy Grammer, and I am super honored to be here to support the Mona Foundation. The things that they do all around the world for education, for the empowerment of women and young girls, how can you not be inspired and want to be a part of it? So please open up your wallet and give as much as you possibly can. You know, the World Bank has said that $1 towards education actually means $10 of economic growth. Also, if you change the life of one little girl, you will change the life of 100 different people, because women are always at the center of community. So please, please get generous and dig deep and give to this incredible organization. You know, we all want to be of service, and the Mona Foundation is a place where you can, they've done a lot of the busy groundwork for you, that you can just give your money and it will go do incredibly good things. So this song goes out to all the people, all the children and the women that they're helping to keep fighting in wherever they're at. This is called Don't Give Up on Me. Here we go. I will fight for you. I always do, until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side like lovers do. And I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours too, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you, 'cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me. And I will hold on to you. No matter what this world will throw, won't shake me loose. And I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours too, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you, yeah. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on, woo, 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 yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I will fight for you. I always do, until my heart is black and blue. Give, donate. I love you, Mona.
Beautiful. Give, donate. Mona Foundation. Look at our thermometer. We're up to 249,000. We still want to reach that goal of 400,000 today. So please open your pocketbooks, hit the Mona page, hit that auction page. And thank you so much to Andy Grammer. We're going to move right on along to our next segment. The programs that Mona supports have achieved the impossible under very difficult circumstances right now, folks, to keep their students safe and fed while making sure they continuing their education during these difficult times. Let's go ahead with the next segment, Boyd.
I first became involved with Mona when my mom introduced me to the organization. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do in terms of community service during my high school career, but this seemed like a really great opportunity to get involved with service on a global scale, not just a local one. And I received the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to visit Mona's project in Manaus, Brazil, called AdCam, and this was a really life-changing experience for me. There, I met the founder of AdCam, Ferial, who told me the story of AdCam and how it began as an orphanage when she was taking children off the street and literally into her home, to help give them a home and give them a life that was much different than the one that they were currently having. So this was a very kind of impactful story for me. I didn't quite realize how much passion, how much devotion the people at this project had for helping the kids there. And seeing the fact that this orphanage and Ferial's home had grown into this huge institution serving thousands of students, and all of them are receiving this amazing opportunity to learn and engage and be taught by very qualified teachers and staff there who truly cared about them and their health, really opened my eyes to the fact that, wow, this organization is actually creating such tangible, measurable impact. And I didn't realize that education could have this power.
Mas o que faz realmente uma escola ficar diferente do outro? Isso só é possível através de
But what really makes one school different from the others? Extracurricular work is one aspect of this school that makes it stand out. Teaching subjects like science and math. Is it important? Yes, it is important. You increase the student knowledge, but you don't increase the student knowledge in the sense of what is good or bad in his life. To be able to see that I can improve my community, my neighborhood, that I can be an active human being, see the problems of my neighborhood, and be someone who can improve them. Because to be in a traditional school, like other schools, it wouldn't make sense for us to exist in this neighborhood. We are a community school, a school that brings quality, which is why so many desire to study here, because we make a difference in the community.
Todo fazer pedagógico da escola é a crença no ser humano, no potencial do ser humano.
All the pedagogical work of the school is based on the belief in the human potential. Regard man as a mind rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom. So when we think of this belief, to see each person, each student we receive, as we have potential in our hands and that follows our work daily. We have in school day work visits to the families. When we as coordination arrive in the student's home and realize and discover the reality that they live in, many of the issues of social conflict we can manage to solve with more ease and with the family support, makes us see how it's a partnership work.
atividade.
We couldn't have done this without the support of organizations like the Mona Foundation, which has also been very agile and holistic in its response. Our Mona came up immediately and said, what is it you need? They did not presume. They were happy to let us use the funding that they have already given us in the way in which it would be deployed best. And they felt we knew the best how it could be done. For those of us who live in fairly comfortable homes, the stay at home didn't sound as alarming, and we had a home to stay in. But what did it do? And I know when that announcement came, my first thought was, well, what about people who don't have homes, who live on pavements, who live in very fragile structures, in very, very dense slums? What's going to happen to them? So, if you're asking me how it affected India, of course, schools were shut down. And we have 320 million children who were totally, suddenly out of school. Schools were shut down, people were at home, and people were afraid. And in several cases, people were out of jobs, they had no savings, and they had no money, they were hungry. And they were terrified about what's going to happen in the future. Our first task was to manage the fear. The 3/4 of the children that we serve come from very poor backgrounds. And they were the ones who were most frightened, they were the ones who were most affected by all of this. They were also the ones who were more disconnected, because India has a huge digital divide. Actually, all the divides came to the surface and became very visible through this crisis. When we got in touch with them, our first response was not, oh, get onto the phone and let's start teaching you. It was, how are you? And don't be frightened. Giving them accurate information about the pandemic was our first response. The second response was that, do you need food? Are you hungry? And our sister organization, Didis, got into action immediately. We had to get them curfew passes. 10 of them came, and we have served over 100,000 meals for the next 2 months. We did that. Not just our own chef families, but also the migrants who were coming. We started serving a community kitchen that the government had put in place.
Today we are going for the distribution of grocery, masks and sanitizer soaps to our Aurangabad center of Gyan Setu. These items have been donated to us by Mona Foundation. The same distribution was done yesterday at another 2 slum centers of Gyan Setu, Ojariao and Gyan Setu, Gomti Nagar station. Indeed, it was a great help for the people. We sensitized them about the need of the mask, and they were really thankful. So thank you, Mona, for all your help.
Of course, then masks were needed. So we came up with making masks en masse and distributing them. Then our girls told us that, you know, girls are going to need sanitary towels. It's a very important need that nobody is noticing. So then we started manufacturing reusable sanitary towels, and our girls went house to house to deliver these packets. Then we also, parallelly, we were thinking of, okay, and now let's look at syllabus coverage. Let's look at learning outcomes, right? And so then we started working at training our teachers on what to do online, and also telling them that this was an opportunity to learn. For our more remote areas, and especially in rural India, there we gave our Gyan Setu teachers and other alumni small laptops. We bought them. We bought 64 of those, and an internet connection. And we told them that we would train them remotely. We would send them the teaching material remotely from Lucknow or from Vidyasthali, and they would then transmit it to the children within their ambit. And in some cases, where possible, as the lockdown lifted, they were even calling them and having them sit outdoors, far apart, maintaining all social distancing norms and with masks, and they were teaching them. It was a huge help. And we also understood that we could multiply our outreach if we continued this practice even after the pandemic.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona.
My name is Steve Sarowitz. I'm an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. I believe that wealth is bestowed on us to share. You can't take it with you. And I believe that we're here on this earth to make a difference, to do what we can to make the world a better place. And wealth is one of those tools that can be used to make the world a better place. For me, I've never had a desire for material things. I've been blessed with great material wealth. And so for me, it's my desire to use that wealth to make the world a better place. My faith informs a lot of what I do with my philanthropy. I came to know the Mona Foundation through the Baha'i faith, through other Baha'is, particularly Rain Wilson, who's a huge supporter of the Mona Foundation, and I'm friends with Rain, and Rain actually made a presentation to my family office, to myself and my wife. I've been wanting to give to the Mona Foundation for several years. I love the idea that the Mona Foundation, several things about the Mona Foundation, that it's a Baha'i-inspired organization. To me, that's extremely important. I love the fact that it's a spiritually based organization. In other words, that it's really running on spiritual values. My observation about philanthropy is, I've seen this over and over again, if it becomes solely material, even if it has the best of intentions, it fails and it breaks up, and it becomes a victim to all the material problems we have. It becomes a victim to infighting. It becomes a victim to ego, and people looking, again, for more material solutions. We need to include the spirituality in all of our solutions and spiritual teachings. And what the component is of that, of women being empowered. Humanity, according to the Baha'i writings, is like two wings of a bird. And for thousands of years, humanity has flown really off balance, and it's led to war and destruction. And it's time, finally, in the history of the world, for peace. I look at philanthropy, most philanthropy, as Band-Aid philanthropy. You see a cut, you put a Band-Aid on it. You never ask why there was the cut there in the first place. So the cut happens again, and you bandage it again, and you just keep repeating forever. And nothing improves. It improves a little bit because the cut with a Band-Aid on it is better until the next cut comes. And then we have to ask ourselves, where is the cut coming from? What is the real root cause? And so that's why education is so important, and not just material education, but spiritual education, and that goes to the oneness. All of the major problems of humanity today really have a root on the lack of understanding that we are one human family. And the idea that we're born into different religions, we're born in different countries, we're born as men and women and people of different colors. And the failure to understand that these material outer forms of difference are not important, and that we should be looking to the inner form, our souls, where we are really like one human soul. If we looked at the world that way, if we, humanity, looked at the world that way, it would solve all of our problems. If there's anything I can tell other people is, if you believe that wealth and power matters at all, then you're going the wrong direction. What matters is your heart. What matters is what you can do, whether you're rich or poor or tall or short or old or young. What can you do to contribute to humanity? That brave and glorious and beautiful Mona knew that at such a young age. And I hope that the Mona Foundation can teach more Monas, many, many thousands of more Monas, to rise up and lead the world to peace. I consider it an honor to give to you and a privilege.
I want to give a special shout out to the Andersons, the incredible Anderson family, Anderson Foundation, Zinpro, their privately owned company. They've been so generous over this last decade. Emma Anderson and the Andersons just gave $20,000. Thank you so much for the Andersons. And I wanted to go back as well and thank the wonderful donations coming from the Canadian donors. Thank you to all our Canadian donors. They've reached $21,678 Canadian, which is about $417 American. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to the good people of Canada. No, I tease the people of Canada. I love the people of Canada. Thank you for giving. You can continue to give for 15 minutes after the program ends. On the auction items, you can always give to fund a need, and going to monafoundation.org/donate. And I'd like to introduce our final piece of the evening, of the day, wherever you are. This is from #America. #America is an upcoming musical and series created by Anthony Fedorov and Jennifer Paz. It's dedicated to using music as a powerful vehicle for social justice. And it's a team of award-winning producers and cast, including Mona's very own member of their advisory board, Nava Galili. And she is here with stars in the musical from American Idol, from Star Trek's Picard, from Hamilton, from other Broadway musicals, to sing to you and for Mona's children. So this is this version of the song "Enough Is Enough" from the musical ensemble of #America was specifically produced for Mona. So let's go ahead and run that, this rousing song.
Poverty.
Child marriage.
Early pregnancies.
Enough
is enough. Domestic and sexual violence.
Maternal mortality.
Infant mortality.
Enough is enough.
Malnutrition.
Disease.
Climate change.
Enough is enough.
What if we said there's one thing you could do to help solve all of these world problems?
The answer? Educate and empower a girl. Academically and morally, it's simple. If you empower one girl, you transform the world.
This is exactly what the Mona Foundation believes in, and with your help is able to contribute to the betterment of humanity, one child at a time.
#America, the musical and series, also believes in universal education and equality between men and women. We are a team of award-winning producers and cast who march at the intersections of art and social justice-driven activism.
And tonight we march along with you all in Mona in saying we are one. Together we will, and enough is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, #America.
We say enough is enough, whoa, and we are not backing up, whoa, like a tidal wave, our voices rise to you must keep it.
That's what we learn.
We are children.
That's what we learn.
We are children.
When somebody needs some help, you give it.
That's what we learn.
We are children.
That's what we learn.
We are children.
So stand up and fight, and put your weapons down. Put your weapons down.
Rise up, new armies of light, for the time has finally come.
We say enough is enough. Whoa, and we are not backing up. Whoa, like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. We say enough is enough. Whoa, and we are not giving up. Whoa, the longer you ignore, the louder we will roar. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Pulling one another from the darkness. That's who we are.
Come together.
That's who we are.
Oh, dreamers who are destined to be boundless. That's who we are.
Come
That's
together.
who we are.
So stand up and fight, and put your weapons down. Put your weapons down.
Rise up, new armies of light, for the time has finally come.
We say enough is enough. Whoa, and we are not backing up. Whoa, like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. We say enough is enough. Whoa, and we are not giving up. Whoa, the longer you ignore, the louder we will roar. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
So stand up and fight. Put your weapons down. Put your weapons down.
Rise up, new armies of light, for the time has finally come. We say enough is enough, and we are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, we say enough is enough. We are not backing up. Like a tidal wave, our voices rise to say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We say enough is
Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to #America. Enough is enough. And ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough because we have to finish right now. Boyd, do we have another view of the thermometer? Look at that. $317,000 raised of our $400,000 goal. I know that more bids can be trickling in on auction items for the next 15 minutes, and we will be continuing to take not-in-kind donations, Fund a Need donations. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the great Boyd, whose last name I can't pronounce, for doing the technical aspects, to Manaz and the entire board. Thank you again to the Anderson family and Zinpro for their incredible donation, and all of you for joining, taking time out of your very busy weekend to support Mona Foundation. Please tell your friends about it. Let's do this again really soon. What do you say? So please hang out if you'd like. We're going to have our partner organizations from all over the world remain and answer questions. Maybe Melina or Laura or Manaz will moderate the Q&A. But this is the end of our program. Thank you so much for coming. Much love to you all. And thank you, Mona. Bye-bye.